Hi friends, welcome back, or if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the second dress that I have made for my wrap dress series. If you're tuning in for the first time, I have created this wrap dress series for the month of November, and I will be doing different wrap styles and different wrap patterns. If you want to learn more about what I intend to sew in this wrap dress series, check out the two videos that is in the description box below. The first video, this is a video where I showcase a lot of shirt dress and wrap dress patterns that you can sew for fall. I also include some historical information about wrap dresses and shirt dresses. It's a really fun video. It's a little lengthy, but it's a fun video if you want to learn more about wrap dresses and shirt dresses. The second video is my plans video. It's kind of a loose plans video. I really don't have any set in stone concrete plans for November yet. Besides the fact that I want to sew wrap dresses. And so if you check out that video, you'll learn more about the different wrap dresses that I want to sew throughout this series. And I will create a playlist so you can follow along and go back and watch these different videos. And so make sure that you look for the playlist for that as well. And I'll try to remember to create that so you can click on that in the description box as well. So today, I am going to be sharing with you my review of the Vogue V1952. So this is a pattern that comes in two groups of sizes. You get your 6 to 6, or your 8 to 16, and your 16 to 24. I chose the 16 to 24 because I fall within that 16 to 18 size range. The pattern does come with the finished garment measurements listed on the outside of the pattern, which I really enjoy when they do that because you don't have to go fiddling with the tissue papers to see if the pattern will match you. I'll go ahead and tell you the features of the pattern before I tell you the garment measurements and things of that nature, the size that I chose and how that size fit on me. Let's start with the features. So the pattern features this wrap dress top style. So it's a complete wrap, and it is made with knit fabric. So it calls for knit fabrics only. You have two different skirt silhouettes. So you have view A that has a very sheath or slim fitting skirt, and then view B is a wider skirt panel. It's like your fit and flare dress, and it will be cut on the bias. You will need at least 60-inch wide fabric for view B because the skirt panels is really big. So you do have two different skirt panels for both A and B. Now for view A, this features a 3/4 length sleeve, and it has a cuff at the lower edge of the sleeve and a neckband that goes around the entire neckline. For view B, there's a collar, and you also have short sleeves for that view as well. The pattern also features these two pleats that on the front of the bodice at the waistline, which is really fun because it gives like this gathered look near the waistline, which it's not on the waistline, it's just near the waistline, which I think is really nice, and it adds a little bit of drama in that area. You do have ties that go on the left and the right side of the front bodice, at the lower edge of the right and the left bodice. And those ties are used for you to completely wrap the dress around. Overall, I really did enjoy sewing this pattern. The instructions, I found that they did leave a few steps out, especially for doing the neckline. And so that was a little bit, touch and go. I do have experience sewing wrap dresses. I've sewn plenty wrap dresses before, and so I am familiar with the process. But just so that you know, there are a few steps that are not included into this pattern. Now, this pattern is rated as easy, and so as an easy pattern, I would expect to see a little bit more in terms of instructions to guide people through. So that's the only thing that I didn't find favor with the pattern is the instructions. But other than that, This is a really, really great pattern. I absolutely love the silhouette. As I stated before, I chose a size 18, and that size 18 is 41 inches for the bust, 34.5 inches for the waist, and 43.5 inches for the hips. Now, because I'm sewing with a knit, and I sewed with a ITY knit, and so it has quite a bit of recovery. It's your more slinkier, smoother knits. And I just absolutely love this knit. This particular print is an animal print that I purchased from Zulu Fabrics a couple of years ago. The contrast black piece I purchased from Amazon. If I can find the storefront, I will put that in the description box below as well. So both of these knits are ITY knits. They sewed really beautifully. I absolutely love this fabric from Zulu Fabrics. If they still have it, I'll put it in the description box below. It just sewed like a dream. It is really worth the money for this particular ITY. I love it so much. So the only issue that I had, so I didn't do any alterations to the neckline. So many of you know when you're sewing wrap dresses, sometimes you have either gaping around the neckline, or you might not have full coverage in the fullest part of your bust. I did not have that problem. Because you have the neck bands, it adds for more coverage as well. And they're pretty wide. And so I did not have that problem. I didn't have to do anything with the neckline. I did do a 2-inch bicep adjustment, because on the flat pattern piece, it says that the finished garment measurement for the circumference of the sleeve is 13. And that's too small for me. I usually have to be either at a 15 or somewhere in that ballpark to get a really good sleeve fitting for my knit fabrics. And so I did a 2-inch bicep adjustment. In hindsight, I probably only needed to do like 1.5. It is a little bit looser than I would like, especially near my elbows. Even though that area didn't get too much of a bicep or a increase in when I did the adjustment, but it's still a little bit looser than I wanted. Now, I did not add the cuffs, even though I did the 3/4 length sleeve, because in the wintertime, I do want to wear this with a cardigan. And I feel like if I put cuffs on, it would be too much bunching with the cardigan. And I don't want to deal with all of that. So I didn't put the cuff on. However, all the other details, I made sure that I included the collar. I really love the collar. It's just so nice, and it just adds up to the garment. Now, the reason why I selected this pattern is because when I did my research on Diane Furstenberg's collection and her wrap dresses and things of that nature, I wanted to have a classic silhouette similar to what her original wrap dress was like. Now, in hindsight, I feel like I could have raised my waistline up about 1/2 inch or so. It's not quite sitting on my natural waistline, but it's not terrible either. So that's something that I would encourage. If you're short-waisted like myself, you might want to go in thinking about possibly shortening your bodice pieces, so that way you can raise that waistline up. Let's see, the ties for the tie pattern. You do have ties that you're putting on the lower edge of your bodice. And the ties are, so you get one pattern piece is pretty wide and it's really, really long. So that's why this pattern is part of the reason why this pattern calls for so much fabric, because the collar is pretty big. The ties are really long, and the skirts take up quite a bit of room as well. And so that's why it calls for so much fabric. Now with your ties, I felt like they could have included 2 separate tie pieces. What I have found is that that right tie is too long. Because you're not wrapping it around your body, you're just putting it on the side of your body. And so it's so long in comparison to the tie that you are actually wrapping around the back all the way back around to the front of your body. And so what I had to do, I had to cut my right tie and I took off 20 inches. That's how I know it sounds excessive, but I took off 20 inches because it was just way too long. There was extra bulkiness and it was just too much. And so I cut off that right tie by 20 inches. And so that's something else I would say kind of watch out for if you don't want the extra tie. You might want to go into the project knowing that one of your ties should be shorter than the other. And with most wrap dress patterns, that's how they design it. I don't know why they didn't design this particular pattern that way. But yeah, that's what you're going to get. Now, in the future, I would definitely make this. This is definitely a keeper. I really enjoyed sewing this. I would like to either grade down or grade in between 16 and 18 next time. I feel like I overcalculated because I'm so used to working with non-stretch woven fabrics, and I know that knits have negative ease, but sometimes because I'm big busted and I have bigger biceps, I try to stick with my measurement or an inch somewhere in between an inch or 2 of my actual measurements instead of actually, you know, sizing down like you're supposed to with knit garments. So I decided to just stick with the 41. Now my bust measure at a 39-40. And so ideally I would like to have stick with the 40 instead of like going up to the 41 because I really didn't need the extra ease in the garment. However, I think it turned out lovely. It's a really beautiful wrap dress. I love the pattern and I would definitely say give it a try. Now I know Anita by Design, she just recently made this dress pattern as well, and she did a pattern review of it. I highly encourage you to go and watch her video. I did see a lot of her photos over on Instagram. Such a cute dress that she made. She made her variation in a camouflage, I think it's a double brush knit, and it's just so gorgeous. So I would definitely say watch her video as well. I'm sure she will have a lot more feedback as well. So anyway, love this make. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of this second dress for my wrap dress series. And a few of you have commented and said that you wanted me to make the Vogue pattern. Hold on, I'll get the pattern and I'll share with you what that pattern is. So the Vogue V1954 and the Butterick B6446. So you all let me know in the comment section below which one of these you want me to go for next. And I will be more than happy to get started on one of these patterns. All right, again, let me know your comments in the comment section below about this dress and this make. If you made it before, let us know your experience in the comments section below. So I can't wait to hear from you all, and I hope you all have a happy and blessed sewing week, and I will talk to you all later. Stay creative, my friends. Bye.